At this time, we're going to start our ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star-Spangled Banner. So I'm going to ask you to stand and join Wyndon Arnett as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and then remain standing for the singing of the national anthem led by Lilliana Phenix.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see the dawn's early light was so proudly we hid at the twilight's last gleaming, whose flash stripes and bright stars through the perilous ride. But the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Rockets red glare, their bloodthirsty air, a proof throughout night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fifth and sixth grade. Can I ask that you remain quiet and respectful during the program? Setting a good example. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, students and staff, and honored guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you as Triton Elementary School honors the brave men and women of our armed forces. As we celebrate Veterans Day 2022, we want to pay tribute to our service members who come from all walks of life, different parts of the country, but share many admirable qualities: courage, pride, determination, selflessness, and dedication. All of the qualities needed to serve a cause that is larger than oneself. Whether serving in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, or Marines, the armed forces serve and protect the flag and the people of the United States of America. Please listen while the third graders sing about our country and its flag.
Walking at
Thank you, third graders. Today we are honored to have a veteran as our guest speaker. Sixth graders may know him as Officer Amsden, as their DARE officer from last year. Some of you may know him simply as Caden's dad. Others may know him as a police officer. But before that, Officer Amsden graduated from Triton Junior High School in 1996. He also served in the United States Marines from 1998 until 2003, and he was a part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Please give your respect and undivided attention to Officer Carl Amsden.
Good morning. Again, my name is Carl Amsden. You don't have to call me officer, you can call me Carl. Today I just want to talk a little bit about who I am, where I came from, and why I served, and what it means to be a veteran. So, as Mrs. Cook said, my name is Carl Amsden. I grew up in Bourbon. I lived on North Main Street in Bourbon. Went to Triton Elementary School, not this nice school, went to the older school, the older elementary school. I graduated from Triton in 1996. When I was younger, the influences in my life I had for military. My grandpa served in the Army as in World War II, sorry. My two uncles served in the Army in World War II. My dad served in the Army. Notice there's a pattern there in the Army. And I didn't serve in the Army, I served in the Marine Corps. And that reason is because of my brother. My brother decided to be a United States Marine. When I was about 12 years old, we went and saw my brother. He's a lot older than I am. And I had a promotion ceremony. And in that promotion ceremony, I noticed Marines, their uniforms, they were crisp, they were marching, they had a lot of pride. I'm like, you know what, I kind of like that. And then my brother, when he got promoted, gave me his non-commissioned officer swords and Marine Corps ceremony sword. And that pretty much sealed the deal. I wanted to be a United States Marine. So in 1998, in December, I went down and enlisted in the Marine Corps, and 2 weeks later, I left my home to a big place called California. I went to San Diego, California. I landed December 28, 1998, and I landed to not so nice people. They put me on a bus and put me to Marine Corps Depot, San Diego. Marine Corps boot camp is 3 months long. 3 months of a lot of fun. You guys think your teachers are strict. So in March 1999, I graduated boot camp. I became a United States Marine, one of the proudest moments of my life. I then got stationed to several places all over the country. I've been to Camp Pendleton. I've been to Camp Lejeune, which is in North Carolina, so that's 2 different places, two different sides of the country. I've been to Naval Air Station Pensacola. I've been to Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. So that's just some of the ones that I was stationed at here in the United States. My job in the Marine Corps was an engineer. We had to go through MOS school, which was in North Carolina. My first duty station was in Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa was another new place I had never been. It was kind of cool to be there. People are different. The food is a lot different. The climate is hot. But I was in Okinawa in 2001. From Okinawa, we deployed, which means we got to go out and pretend and play Marines. To Korea, I went to Micronesia, and it's not all about being tough and protecting the country. Sometimes we have humanitarian missions. I was on a humanitarian mission in Micronesia. We helped build a school. We helped fix the school that was there. So that was kind of cool for about 40 days we were there for. After that, I went back to Okinawa, and something happened. September 11th happened when I was in Okinawa. We were in the middle of a typhoon. We didn't have any TV. We didn't have anything but a radio that we could listen to. A typhoon is like a hurricane, for those who didn't know. Big time upsetting day for a lot of Marines. We couldn't get calls home. We knew something was going to happen. And shortly after that, I got my orders, and I was told that I was going to be part of 2nd Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion, which is a specialized battalion. And I went to my last duty station, which was back in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune. The whole time I was there, the first part we ramped up is what they called it, which means that we got all of our equipment ready, we got ourselves ready, and we knew that we were going to deploy to Iraq. February 8th, 2003, I was on an advanced party, and I was one of the first ones in my battalion to make it to Kuwait to get ready. March 19th, 2003, my unit, 2nd Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion, led our division for the crossing the border into Iraq. Led the way, all the way through Iraq and all the way through the war. Luckily, my unit, just my specialized unit, like I said, we didn't have to stay in police. I was only there from February until June. I got to come home. June, I came home, and then in December 2003, big life change. I got out of the Marine Corps. For me, transitioning from the Marine Corps to civilian life was kind of difficult. I had to come back home, I had to find a place to live, I had to find a job. And being a Marine, I had my friends we lived with, I had camaraderie, I had all that stuff, and I kind of missed that being home. Didn't like working in a factory. Decided I'd like to serve still, so I kind of want to be a police officer. That happened finally. I got the opportunity to be a police officer in our wonderful community. This is the place where I wanted to live. This is the place where I wanted to raise my family. This is the place where I wanted to work. 2013. 2013, I became a police officer for the town of Bourbon, which I still am a police officer for the town of Bourbon, as Mrs. Dickson said. That's as far as my job situation is. That was me in my service. My family, I got married in 2005 to my wonderful wife, Justin. I have 5 children. 3 of the older boys have graduated from Triton. My daughter is now homeschooling. She's a freshman. And my son is over there in 6th grade class sitting, hey, they're pointing at right there. There's my family. To me, what it means to be a veteran. What it means to be a veteran to me is a veteran is someone who at some point in their life realized they love our country. They love our freedoms that we all get to share. They love waking up and having the freedom to eat what they want, having the freedom to go where they want, having the freedom to worship who they want to worship, love who they want to love. They love those freedoms. And at some point they decide that they want to make sure those freedoms stay, make sure our country's safe, so they join the military, any branch, to serve, protect our country, and to protect our way of life and our freedoms. One thing I would ask is if when you guys are out and about with your family, if you see a veteran, tell them thank you for their service. It means a lot to us. And that's pretty much all we ask in return for what we sacrifice. That's me. Thank you guys for letting me come. I appreciate your time. It's been a great audience.
Thank you, Officer Amsden, for first of all, your service to our country, your dedication to the students of Triton, and to our Bourbon community as a whole. As is our custom here at Triton, when we have a special guest, I would like to present him with a Pride t-shirt. Pride t-shirts, as we know, are earned by showing personal responsibility, respect, integrity, determination, and enthusiasm. So I would like to give you one of our Pride t-shirts. At this time, I have a few 4th graders who would like to share a prayer for soldiers. Deliza Dickson, Caleb Schaetzle, Casey Beatty-Hamblin, and Ivy Druckenmiller.
Our thanks to you for all you do, defending our flag, the red, white, and blue. As Americans, we know what freedom means, the joy, the peace, the right to dream.
We love our freedom, but it is not free. The sacrifice is great, and you give willingly.
Our thoughts and our prayers are with you today as you fight for freedom so far away.
May God keep you safe in all that you do and bring you back home to those who love you.
I'd like to ask Natalie Mevis, Boston Westafer, and Gabrielle Ford to come. They're going to thank veterans by reciting a poem.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answer to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold.
Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We are proud of all the soldiers who bravely served for me and you.
They fought for us and all our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same.
Third grade will be closing our program with a final song called The Brave. After the song, please remain seated for instructions on how we will dismiss. Thank you so much, third grade and Miss Alderfer. I could hear that song over and over again. So you did a great job. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like any veterans in our audience to stand so that we may all thank you with our applause as well. So any veterans who have served, if you would stand at this time, and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you all for joining us this Veterans Day, and to all who prepared something in advance to make it special. But we especially thank our soldiers and for their sacrifice. At this time, I'm going to ask our third graders will be making 2 lines on either side of the doorway and be holding flags. I would like for them to quietly line up with their flags so that our guests may exit through the line as they leave today. And once our guests have exited, then teachers, you may help your students get ready to dismiss in an orderly fashion. Okay, third graders, can you quietly walk over and make those lines? Mrs. Schaetzle will be helping you.
Thank you.